What's up, what's the weatherman here with a brand new video for you guys. You already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that notification bell if you haven't. Click that subscribe button if you haven't. Check out my previous video, which is Odd Eyes. I updated that for you guys. And then check out my socials. Hit me on Twitter at Team6KWeather. At me some ideas for a video, or if you just want to talk to me, you know, share some memes, share some replays, whatever you got, add me on Twitter, man. And let's get right into this video. So for Free to Play Fridays episode 2, I've brought you guys Evil Eye. To play this deck, you will essentially just need to go through the box, which is sorcery, 2 times. You will have pretty much everything that you need to play this deck. Now, I am playing a little extra. I'm going to show you guys a little bit later what you can play if you don't have everything that I'm playing, but I always want to show you guys what you should build towards, because this is what optimized Evil Eye looks like. But it's not that different from the free to play version, to be honest with you. It's just going to be a couple card changes. It's really probably just going to be this is going to be taken out probably, and then maybe some cards in the extra deck. But for the most part, everything here is going to be the exact same. So let me get right into the build for you guys. So this deck is based around Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 Evil Eye card in your graveyard except itself and add it to your hand. And then if this card is equipped with an Evil Eye Selene, quick effect, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. And we can only use this effect once per turn. It's a hard once per turn. Once per turn during the next standby phase, after this effect was activated, we can banish 1 card from our graveyard. So by simply equipping this card with Selene, we're going to be able to DD Crow 1 monster from our opponent's graveyard, and then we're going to have to banish 1 card from our own. Selene is this guy right here, or this card right here. We can equip this to an Evil Eye monster. Then it cannot be destroyed by battle or by our opponent's card effects, which is really nice. We essentially become Kikitis. And then each time we activate the equipped monster's effect or another Evil Eye spell trap, the equipped monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. So we lose 500 life points every time we banish a card from banish a monster from our opponent's graveyard, and we gain 500 attack every time. And then with Medusa, afterwards on the next standby phase, we have to banish a card from ours, so that's going to make us pay another 500 life points and make us gain another 500 attack. So that's pretty nice. The attack stays even if this equip leaves the field. And then if this card is in our graveyard, we can pay 1,000 life points, banish another Evil Eye spell trap from our grave, accept itself, and then set this card from our graveyard. So it recycles itself by having another Evil Eye spell trap in the grave. Another Evil Eye equip we have is Evil Eye of Gorg. We can equip this to an Evil Eye monster. We can only activate 1 Gorg per turn, and then this card becomes Evil Eye of Selene. So when we equip this to our Medusa, it is still going to be as if we have Selene there. We're not going to be protected from card effects and by battle. You know, we're not going to be protected from targeting and whatnot, but we will still be able to activate our Medusa. We will still be able to banish cards from our graveyard, and Medusa actually does not make us pay 500 life points, so we pretty much banish for free. We're not going to be paying any life points, but we also won't be gaining any life points either. However, while our life points are lower than our opponents, the equipped monster gains attack equal to the difference. So we're going to gain the difference between our life points and our opponent's life points, and we're going to be banishing a lot. We're going to be taking a lot of burn damage, so we're going to be getting up there. When we equip this Gorg, we're going to be big. But that's not even the main reason that we play Gorg. The main reason we play Gorg is because it's a consistency card. We can banish this card from our graveyard and discard 1 Evil Eye card from our hand, and then search for an Evil Eye spell trap from our deck. That's really nice. What cards are we going to be searching? We're going to be searching our Selene, obviously, because Selene is going to make us untargetable and not able to be destroyed. Or we're going to be searching our field spell, which is consistency. When we activate this, we can search an Evil Eye monster from our deck. Now, also, it does have the effect of once per turn during damage calc. If an Evil Eye monster is attacked while Evil Eye Selene is in our spell trap, we can make the battle damage we take also be inflicted to our opponent. But that's not something we really do, to be honest, but you can. And also, if this card in the field zone gets destroyed by card effect, we can target an Evil Eye monster in our graveyard and add it to our hand. So this also lets us recycle an Evil Eye monster from our grave, as well as lets us search for an Evil Eye monster from our deck. And we're also going to be searching Evil Eye Defeat. Evil Eye Defeat says if we control an Evil Eye monster, we can target 1 monster on the field or up to 2 instead if we got Evil Eye Selene in the spell trap zone, and return them to hand. And we're pretty much going to always have Selene in the spell trap zone, so we're pretty much going to always be returning 2 monsters from our opponent's field back to their hand, which is really nice. You go against Odd Eyes, return their 7s, because that's the only real problem. They're going to be trying to get rid of the equip spell. The rank 4s they summon all target or don't do anything to us, so there's no reason to even get rid of the 4s. They can't stop us, so that's something really nice. If they're trying to synchro, you're going against like Speedroids or something, They can't negate us with their Speedroid because this isn't a monster effect we're activating. This is defeat. Just really nice. We could even, you know, just disrupt them, obviously trying to establish their board. And this is something that we can recycle from the graveyard because remember, Medusa says on normal summon, we can add an Evil Eye card from our grave. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Next, we've got a couple monsters in the deck other than Medusa. We've just played 2 1 copies of each. This is Basilius. If we control the Evil Eye monster, we can special summon this card from our hand. So free special summon as long as we control the Evil Eye monster. And then once per turn, during the main phase, we can send an Evil Eye spell trap from our deck to the grave. And we can only use this effect once per turn. This is how we get Gorg in the grave the majority of the time. We normal summon Medusa, we special summon this card from our hand because we control Medusa. Then we send Gorg from the deck to the grave. We banish Gorg. Gorg makes us discard an Evil Eye card from our hand. Then we search for whatever we need. If we have Selene and we don't have the trap, then we search for the trap. If we have the trap and we don't have Selene, then we search for Selene. If we don't have either one, then we search for Selene. Selene is the one you go for if you don't have either because you want to be protected from targeting and protected from card effect destruction and battle destruction, as well as we get to banish a monster from our opponent's graveyard. So you would search for Selene if you didn't have either one. Next, we've got Cat here. This says we can target an Evil Eye spell trap we control, and until the end of our next turn, that card cannot be destroyed by our opponent's card effects. We're going to obviously be targeting our Evil Eye Selene, but let's be realistic. People are not playing MST anymore. They're playing Cosmic, so they're going to be getting rid of our Selene with Cosmic if they want to get rid of it. But if it's like a Volferenigus, for example, they're not going to be able to get rid of it because we're going to use this to protect it from card effect destruction. So it will come up in certain scenarios. Now, if we control an Evil Eye monster other than itself while this card is in our graveyard, we can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. However, it's not going to banish when it leaves the field because we're going to Xyz with it. We're going to go into a rank 3 and we're going to detach it as material, which is going to make it go back in the graveyard. It's not going to be banished, making it able to be used on the following turn to resummon it from the grave. So that's going to be real nice. What rank 3s are we going into? Well, before I go into them, I just want to specify to you guys that these are optional. Like I said, I just want to show you guys what you should build towards, but these cards are not necessary to play this deck. This deck is very, very good without the extra deck. The only card in the extra deck that I would say is probably mandatory even for the free-to-play version is Utopia. Utopia is just really, really nice, and Zexal Weapon is going to stack a C39 in there, and we'll get into the skill later on. But I'm still going to go into the extra deck and show you guys what you should be playing to play the most optimal version, but you don't need all of these cards. So if we're going first, we're going to be summoning a wind-up Zenmain. If this face-up card would be destroyed, we can detach an Xyz material from this card. We're not going to be destroyed. Then, once per turn during the end phase, if we activated this effect, we can target one card on the field, destroy it. Really nice. It just protects itself, kind of pops them. It's just a little bit annoying. Pretty much the only reason. We don't have a great turn 1 rank 3 just yet in the game, but when we do get it, you best believe Evil Eye will be summoning it, and Crystal Beast will be, and I'll definitely be showing you guys when Crystal Beast is doing it. Next, we do play Phantom Knight of Breaksword. Once per turn, we can detach one Xyz material from this card, target one card we control, one card our opponent controls, and destroy them. And we're not even going to be targeting himself the majority of the time like Phantom Knights do. We're probably going to be targeting our field spell that's on the field, or maybe our equip or something like that. So a lot of the time we're going to be able to go for game, and we're just using this to remove something that's a little bit of an inconvenience on the field. So this can be back row removal, this can be monster removal. We also play Ghost Rig Alucard, which is also back row removal. You can detach a material from this card and then target a set card and destroy it. But this only gets rid of set cards. So to be real with you, Breaksword is just better overall. You know what I mean? Just in general. You could also play the Utopia Lightning if you have that. I would probably cut the Alucard. If you had this whole extra deck, I would probably just cut the Alucard. Breaksword does the exact same job and better. So I would just cut the Alucard and then just put in the Utopia Lightning if you wanted to do that. We also have Levier here, which is going to be able to get our banished level 4 or lower. So we'll be able to get our Medusa back from the banished pile. So that's pretty cool. This will also recycle for us. We also play Sin here, just a nice rank 4. Detach a material, target a monster our opponent controls, and banish it until our opponent's next standby phase. Now, we don't actually summon Sin, to be honest with you, funnily enough. So like, don't stress. You don't have to be sitting there sweating about having a grind for Sin. You don't need Sin. I really don't summon it. So you're cool. Nightmare Shark is a bit more on the free side, but I don't really summon this guy either. You know, a lot of this extra deck isn't necessary. Like I said, the only card in here that's really necessary to me is the Utopia. Utopia here is really nice with the skill, and I'm going to go into the skill right now. But actually, I guess I will read what he says, but you're probably going to never use his actual effects. But when any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and negate the attack. And if this card is targeted for an attack while it has no Xyz material, destroy this card. But that's irrelevant. We're never going to use that. So I'm going to go into the skill and show you why we play Utopia and why we love Utopia. So with the skill, it activates at the beginning of my turn if my life points are at 2,000 or below. Yuma and Astral build the overlay network and Zexal morph, transforming into their Super Saiyan forms, and then we add one C39 Utopia Ray to our extra deck. And each turn we can look at the top of our deck before our normal draw. In addition, we can use each of the following effects. We can select one ZW monster and change that to the top card of our deck, which will be, it really doesn't matter which one, I'm gonna be honest with you, just whatever level you need. If you need a rank 3, add a 3. If you need a rank 4, add a 4. It literally doesn't matter what their effects are. We don't use any of their effects, so don't even think about having to know what they do. And then during the main phase, we can play the ZW monster that we just drew and then just place it on the field. So they can't respond to it, obviously, because it's a skill activation and we're just placing it there, so we can go right into our rank 3 or our rank 4. But the main reason we play this is because Utopia Ray. So C39 Utopia Ray, we can also exceed summon by using a number 39 Utopia we control as material. So we can just slap this bad boy on top of Utopia and go into this. We can detach one material from this card. It gains 500 attack until the end of this turn, and if it does, one monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack. So it doesn't target. It makes them lose 1,000 attack, and it doesn't target. So we can non-target reduce their attack, and this is not once per turn, and it's gonna have 3 material because you had to use 2 4s to go into Utopia, and then you got Utopia. So you detach Utopia, then you detach a 4, then you detach the other 4. That's 3 activations. They're gonna lose 3k. You're gonna gain 500 3 separate times. A lot, they're pretty much gonna be at 0 attack. You're gonna be at 4k, and that's gonna be game. This is the really important part. You must have 1,000 life points or less to activate and resolve this effect. I'm gonna say this one more time for you guys in the back. You must have 1,000 life points or less to activate and to resolve this effect. If you cannot get to 1,000 life points or less, do not summon Utopia Ray. In fact, do not summon Utopia, because why are you even summoning Utopia? Why are you rank foreign if you can't get to 1,000 or less and you have a Medusa on the field that's equipped? Okay, you only go for Utopia Ray when we're in a certain kind of picky situation, you know what I mean, and we need to go for game, or if we just need to go for game immediately, because you are going to be usually replacing a untargetable, not able to be destroyed monster with this Utopia Ray. So you want to make sure you're able to go for game when you do this, and you're going to be doing this in those really, you know, dire situations. But it does come up a lot, and it's really great. It's the main reason why I play Zexal Weapon. It validates us losing our life points. Lastly, we play Terraforming here. You can get this in a bundle. You can also get some packs from the newest box. You should probably go do that. But you can add a field spell card from your deck to your hand. We're going to be searching this field spell, obviously, which is a consistency card. It makes it so that we have essentially 7 Medusa and, you know, 5 Basilius and 5 Cat. So pretty cool. Makes it so that we have even more consistency, mad consistency. You don't have to play this card, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not that deep. We used to play it at 6, and the deck was perfect at 6. It honestly was really nice at 6, but I like it at 7. You know, if I can get extra consistency, I'm gonna play that extra consistency, you know what I mean? Lastly, we've got Parallel Twister here. We can send one other spell trap card we control to the graveyard, target one card on the field and destroy it. So we can get rid of back row with this, and we can get rid of monsters with this. This is really nice. It's much better than playing an MST or a Cosmic in this deck. We can send our field spell to the graveyard to get rid of something, or we can put our Gorg in the grave to be able to search for something, if we, you know what I mean, before putting our Basilius on the field and whatnot. So really nice. It works really well with the deck, which is why I played 3 copies of it. If you don't have the Parallel Twisters, there are some free to play options. You could play Storm here. Destroy as many spell trap cards you control as possible, then destroy as many spell trap cards your opponent controls as possible, up to the number of cards destroyed by this effect. You could activate your field spell, search for your Medusa, then you could set your Gorg if you have it, then you could activate this Storm, destroy 2 of your cards, and destroy 2 back row of your opponents. So really nice, but it is limited to 1. So even though it is the free to play option, you can only play 1 copy of it. It does kind of hurt. We used to play 3 of these things back in the day, but that is an option. You could also go up on the Evil Eye Awakenings, obviously. With this bad boy right here, you could special summon an Evil Eye monster from your hand or graveyard. So if they disrupt us, maybe we're summoning a Volfarinegus, pop our Medusa before we can equip, you know, or maybe they wait for us to equip and they pop our Medusa. Well, we can activate Awakening, special summon the Evil Eye Medusa from our graveyard, and then, you know, go back into our shiz and keep comboing up, you know, keep doing our stuff. But if we have Evil Eye of Selene in our spell trap zone, we can special summon an Evil Eye monster from our deck instead. So this is really cool. This is also something you can search for with Gorg. Really nice. So it kind of helps you extend. It helps you play through disruptions. It helps you follow up. And it's just a really nice card. So if you don't have those Parallel Twisters, like I said, you could play 1 Storm. You could play 2 of these bad boys, and that would put you at 20 for the main deck. So that's really nice. It really wouldn't be that big of a difference. That's why I said it's not that big of a deal. You literally just would look like this. Bam, just like that. Wasn't hard, was it? See, not even that big of a difference. Then you just tweak the extra deck, play what you have. Like I said, go through that Witch's Sorcery box twice, get your Evil Eye stuff, go through that mini one time, get that Utopia. You're in there like swimwear, boys and girls. I'm sorry, girl, because our percentages. Play whatever else you have in the extra deck. You could technically play number 48, Shadow Lich. Once per turn during their opponent's turn, you can detach one disease material from this card, special summon the token. This is a quick effect. While you control a phantom token, your opponent can't target this card for attacks, and this card gains 500 attack for each token. So just to make them a decent little chunky size, and then he can't be targeted for attacks. So that's something that's free to play that you could play. You could play number 17, Leviathan. Detach one disease material from this card. This card gains 500 attack. If this card has no disease material, it can't attack. So it'll just make it 2,500. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into showing you guys some combo tutorials, show you guys what the turn 1 looks like, what the turn 2 looks like. So we're going second, and this is actually a bit of a ideal hand, low-key. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna activate our field spell here, and we're gonna search for our Medusa from our deck to our hand. So now that we've got Medusa here, we've got our Parallel Twister here, which, like I said, not only gets rid of back row, but monsters. It just targets a card on the field and destroy it. But we're not gonna send our field spell. We're gonna actually send Gorg. So we're gonna set our Gorg, and then we're gonna activate Parallel Twister. Now that we've activated Parallel Twister, we're gonna send Gorg to the graveyard, destroying his Link 3. Bam. Now, we can activate Gorg by banishing it from the graveyard and discarding an Evil Eye card. We're gonna discard Cat, and we're gonna search for the Evil Eye card of our choice. Now we're gonna search for our Selene, because we don't have Selene or the Trap. And like I said, in scenarios where you don't have either, you're gonna search for Selene. So we're gonna search for Selene here, and we're gonna normal. Now we're gonna see what's engraved, because I believe it's just Cat, and if it is just Cat, I don't necessarily want to put him back on the field. I guess we could, or add him back, We could have summoned him, but we may be able to get another Gorg engrave and whatnot, or get our other bad boy to the field. And in that case, I want to discard this guy. So we're gonna activate, and we're gonna banish one card from his graveyard. It really doesn't matter that deeply. I'm just gonna banish a random card from his grave, and we're gonna boost up by 5 because of it. And now we're gonna go in and attack for 19. Now, because we just activated our effect, you remember during the next standby phase after this effect was activated, we have to banish one card from our grave. We're gonna be banishing our Parallel Twister, and that's gonna make us gain another 5. And they're attempting to end their turn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna banish again to boost us up even more. We wanna get bigger. So we're gonna make ourselves gain 500 more and lose 500 more. Bam. And now there's not even anything to banish, but we're still gonna lose 5. And now we're sitting pretty. We've got game now. I'm still gonna do this to show you guys, because we have Selene, I can special summon out Basilius from my deck, and that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna special summon out Basilius. That's gonna make me lose 500 more, because I just activated an Evil Eye spell trap, making us 3,900 attack. Now I'm gonna normal summon Cat here, and this isn't even how we would do it. We would typically activate Basilius, send Gorg to the graveyard, banish Gorg, send Cat like we did earlier, and then we would use Gorg's effect from the graveyard to special summon himself from the grave, since we control an Evil Eye monster, and then we'd be able to make our rank 3. But I'm just gonna go in here and show you guys. We would typically summon a Break Sword, if any, going second. If we're gonna summon any rank 3, it'll probably be Break Sword going second to get rid of something, and then we'll just go in for game. All right, so we're going first. This hand is actually pretty cool. We're still gonna be able to get everything out here. So I'm gonna show you guys what we do with this hand. So we're gonna normal summon our Medusa onto our open field. We're gonna equip ourselves with Evil Eye Selene. Now that we're equipped, we're gonna activate Evil Eye Awakening, which allows us to summon an Evil Eye monster from our hand or deck. But since we have Evil Eye Selene in our spell trap zone, we're going to be able to summon an Evil Eye monster from our deck, and I'm going to summon Basilius. So we're going to summon Basilius in defense position. Because I activated the Evil Eye spell trap, it's going to make me gain 500 attack and lose 500 life points. So now we're going to activate our boy Basilius here, sending a Gorg from our deck to the graveyard. Now with Gorg, we're gonna banish Gorg, which is gonna make us discard an Evil Eye card. We're gonna discard another Gorg from our hand, and we're gonna search for an Evil Eye spell trap. I'm gonna search for Defeat. So now we've got our trap here ready to return 2 cards back to the hand, because we've got Selene here. If we didn't have Selene, we would just be returning 1 card to the hand, well, 1 monster to the hand. But since we have Selene here, we can return 2 monsters to the hand. So now we're gonna pass, And we've also got a banish from the graveyard, a monster banish with Medusa since we're equipped. That's pretty nice. He's summoning 1 monster, summons 2. He put 2 on field. We're gonna activate. We're gonna put him back. We don't want him going into any link stuff. So we're gonna special them back. We're gonna return them back to the hand. Ask me, do I want to select another card? Yes, I do. I'm gonna return both of them back. And since I activated the Evil Eye spell trap, it's gonna let me gain 500 as well as lose 500 life points. So now he's about to end his turn. I'm gonna banish 1 card from his graveyard to make us gain a bit more so that we can go for game on our turn. Now, you're not always gonna be just banishing willy-nilly. I just wanna go ahead and get the game over with. You know what I mean? I see that it's an open field. I can get up to the life points necessary to get there, so I'm just gonna do that. So sadly, at this point, I'm gonna have to banish 1 of my cards that I would love to keep engraved, but it doesn't really matter too deeply. If anything, we're just gonna banish let's just banish our Awakening. We can get our Evil Eye defeat back from the grave, and we can get our Gorg. I wanna use Gorg potentially, so we're probably just gonna banish Awakening. Now that makes us even bigger, but we're not quite at game, are we? We're gonna be at 38. If he had more monsters in his grave, we would have been able to do more, but sadly, we don't. All right, so we're going against Yugioh. Just gonna let him do his thing here. All right, now that it is finally our turn, we're gonna activate our field spell and we're gonna search for an Evil Eye monster. The only Evil Eye monster we don't have is Medusa, so we're gonna search for Medusa. Now, since we have Medusa, we're gonna activate our Parallel Twister, sending our field spell to the grave to target a back row that he has. He compulses himself, which I think is a bit of an odd choice, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna normal summon my Medusa now, and I'm gonna be able to add. I forgot he lanced me. I honestly forgot he lanced me. I don't know what he was expecting to happen that caught me so off guard. So I activate Selene, equipping myself, and I activate my Basilius. Now that I activate my Basilius, he negated me. I attempted to get my Gorg into the graveyard to be able to search for the trap. And then I would have also been able to put Cat on the field because I would have discarded Cat. So I would have been able to go into a rank 3 to also kind of bait him out. Or if he would have, you know, negated something else, I would have been able to, like if he negated my Medusa, you know, I would have been able to like go into a rank 3, pop his stuff, you know, whatever. But since he did that, we're just going to be activating, banishing this guy from the graveyard. I don't lose anything because I was unaffected technically by Selene. So I'm activating now, not even my own effect. This is the effect of during the next standby phase, and he negated it. So he pretty much negated my cost. He's gonna add a yo-yo now. Going in for battle. I'm gonna banish a monster from his grave just to make myself a bit bigger and get rid of some stuff. Plus he already used his negate, so he can't negate me now. Now I'm 1900. I'm only gonna be smaller than you for so long, buddy. You count your eggs. So now I'm gonna activate on the next standby phase because I banished something on his turn, and he negates my cost again. But he's not negating my actual effect. Now he activates compulsory, forgetting that I cannot be targeted by card effects. I cannot be targeted by card effects, and I cannot be destroyed by card effects, and I cannot be destroyed by battle. You gotta read out here, man. Everybody out here playing books, and don't nobody read one. It don't make no sense. Now I'm banishing the card from his graveyard to make myself even chunkier. And I'm activating banishing the card from my grave because I banished the card on his turn during the next standby. I have to banish one from mine. So I banished Parallel Twister, making me 2900. He adds a lance to his hand, which is irrelevant to me. So now he's going in to make more plays. He's synchroing. He goes into a clear wing synchro. Are we gonna watch the animation, or there's not even one? Scrub? I don't know why I'm calling him a scrub. My deck doesn't even have. Well, hey, I do have animations, just not Evil Eye ones. So he's gonna negate me, which is fine. I'm only gonna take 100 damage. So now it's Zexal Weapon time. It is time to transform. It's time to go Super Saiyan. It's time to go Sage mode. It's just time to turn up. That's all I know. Let's go. Zexal Morph. I set my Selene, then activate Parallel Twizzy, hitting the Lance. Why? Because I know he's a goofball. Now he made himself smaller than me. I can beat over his Crystal Wing. Now with his Crystal Wing gone, I'm the big guy on the field. I'm the big bad dog. I'm the big dog around here. I'm the tribal chief. Now I'm banishing his stuff from the grave just to spit on his face. just to let them know we're here. Now we activate our skill and we add a 4 from our hand. We just chose a random 4. Like I said, it does not matter which one you use. I activated the skill and I placed this one on the top of my deck so that I was able to make a rank 4 monster. And since I'm at 700 life points, I reached the conditions to summon C39 because C39 says I have to have 1,000 or less to activate. Please keep that in mind. You need 1,000 or less to activate. So we're gonna activate our skill and we're gonna just place our ZW from our hand to the field, and now we're gonna go into our rank 4. We're gonna go into Utopia. Oh yeah, we do got an animation in this thing. I'm gonna let it play. I forgot. We out here. We ballin'. So we go into our rank 4 and we're gonna stack C39 right on top of him. With C39 here. Oh, do we get another one? Are we about to, oh, I forgot. I haven't played, and so I be skipping the animations, man. I'm not gonna lie, I be forgetting. I have my stuff turned off when I'm not playing for you guys. Pull out 2 animations on these guys. Oh my god, I didn't even know we did them like that. So now we're gonna detach one material, lose 1,000, we gain 5. Detach another one, lose 1,000, we gain 5. Detach another one, lose 1,000. And he bailed. He's up out of here. On to the next one. Ooh, pretty nice hand, pretty nice. Since we already have Medusa, we're gonna activate our field spell here and we're gonna search for Basilius. With Basilius, we're gonna normal summon our Medusa, and then we're gonna special summon Basilius from our hand. Since we already have defeat here, we're gonna be searching for our Selene. So we're gonna send Gorg to the graveyard. We're gonna banish Gorg from our graveyard and discard the Evil Eye card. We send Gorg because with Gorg, we can just do that again on the following turn. So it's pretty nice having a Gorg in your hand. So we search for defeat. We already have Selene. So now we're gonna be untargetable, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and we have a defeat to return 2 cards from their field to their hand. So we're looking nice. He's putting 1 scale down, puts the 2nd scale down. Looks like he's not playing Raging Pendulum. What a fool, what a fool. I mean, this skill is still good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna go hard on him because the skill is still nice. It's still a good skill, but Raging Pendulum is just, it's gas, man. It's gas. I've been cracked in the championships, man. I almost feel like, I low-key feel like it's broken sometimes. I really just hate the Orcus variant, to be honest with you. That's the only version that kind of irritates me just a tad bit. So he's going to attack. I'm going to return both of them to the hand and boost ourselves up. Now, since it is the next standby phase, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I didn't actually banish anything. That's my mistake. And we top decked another defeat. How hilarious. So he's got a Fiendish Chain. I don't know what he thinks is about the Fiendish Chain because my Medusa can't be targeted. So we're going to go in for 19. But yeah, man, the like Odd Eyes Orcus variant with Raging Pendulum, bro, that's the only version that I'm just like, man, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. That's when I start to think, okay, yeah, Orcus might need to get hit a lot harder than I think. Like, I know Nightmare Mermaid should probably get banned, to be honest, and it probably is gonna get banned. But like, I don't know. I've been thinking about other stuff now, man. At first I was thinking just Mermaid, but now I'm just like, they might really hit Orcus, bro. They might really get cracked on this ban list. So we wait for him to go into his rank 4 because there's nothing that he's doing that's bothering us. And honestly, even with his rank 4, he's still not bothering us. He can't target me. So I don't know what he thinks he's gonna accomplish. So I activate my defeat. I forgot what I chained to actually. Okay, yeah, he was gonna boost him up. So I chained my defeat, returning both of them to the hand, and now I am going to gain 500 more attack, and this is an open field to me because he can't target me. He's got no back row that's gonna non-target remove me. I banish another card, making myself 29, and now I have to banish another card because it's the next standby, and I banish on his turn, and it's just ready. I'm back. My Basilius is back. It's game. Look at us making people scoop with this free-to-play deck. Come on now. So it seems like we're playing another person that is playing the older version of Odd Eyes. So let me teach this. Let this be a lesson, all right? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Play the new version. Play Raging Pendulum, bro. Did Team 6K not show you enough? Did we not do a good enough job showing you that Raging Pendulum is gas and it's cracked and it's low-key broken? The deck is great. I'm just trolling a little bit, but the deck is great. The old skill is still cool, though. But so we're going to activate Terraforming here, and we're going to search for our field spell from our deck. And now with our field spell, we're gonna search for Medusa, and we have everything. We've got the trap already, we've got Selene, we've got Parallel Twister for the following turn. So we're sitting pretty nice right now. We're just gonna normal summon our Medusa, activate our Selene, equipping our Medusa, set our defeat, set our Twizzy, just so, you know what I mean, just to make it a little bit harder for them. The only reason I said it is just because, you know, they be playing Cosmic. I don't want them Cosmic in my defeat. And also, if they just have to choose between defeat and Celine, they might just hit Celine. So I just to make them have to think about it a little harder if they have it. So he's going in, he's doing his stuff, he's pendulum summoning. He's got a 7, he's got a 4. I see a rank 4 so far. I see a rank 7. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return the 2 7s because there's no rank 4 that really bothers me, to be honest. They don't play Diamond Dire, so I don't have to expect a Diamond Dire, you know what I mean? I'm not expecting any Diamond Dires around here. And the rank 7 is the actual one that would get rid of my Celine. So that's where the real problem was in my eyes. I didn't want them going both for Renegades. So he summons Giant Hand, which doesn't matter to me because I can't be targeted. He's not negating me, so I don't care. So I activate my other field spell, searching for another Medusa. Now I send defeat, targeting his guy. And now I'm gonna normal summon my Medusa. And by normal summoning my Medusa, I'm gonna recycle my Evil Eye defeat from the graveyard. So now I can again return 2 cards back from his field to his hand. And I have a disruption. And I have a big chunky 2900 Medusa ready to go in for game because all he's got is 26. So we're looking nice. And if they would have been able to survive, we would have been able to still return 2 cards and had an untargetable beef stick. So we're looking solid. That was the deck, man. Like I said, Evil Eye is nice. This is a great free-to-play deck, and someone actually did want an Evil Eye update recently, so sorry to tell you it's not very updated. It's kind of the same deck, but it still claps, and that's what really matters. I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. You know, hit that notification bell, click that subscribe button. You know, appreciate the love, and I'll see you guys next time.
Wait, hey, I feel like the greatest. Now I feel like they hate it. Now I feel like the only one and there is no debating. Man, I feel like they leaving. Now I feel like they waited. Now I feel like this is the feeling before I can make it. Before I hit the stage, I just feel like I'm nauseous. Or I feel like I'm popping. Or I feel like a boss is. Maybe I'm feeling off it. Or I feel like I'm toxic. Maybe feeling intoxicated is the reason for all this. I want to whip it with the top down, dog, like I'm Earth Gang. Told him, listen, Wild Day shine like my first name. Told me go and grab a titty boy, it's my first chain. I ain't even switch gears yet, it's the first lane. The first pain I ever felt was the worst pain. And church came, and that feeling of hurt came. And her name made this feeling all worth pain. She made me realize what I had felt in the first place.